Welcome into College Corner. Today, getting into the best college basketball plays for the Wednesday slate. Getting this video pretty early for you guys, so I'll say it like I do in every video. If these lines do change, I got 4 of my favorite bets for today. If they do change, drop a comment down below, or I'll include my Twitter down below. You can ask me if I would still play them at any new numbers. Our plays that we posted yesterday haven't come out yet, but some of these lines have moved a good amount, so might be something for you to consider. But without any further ado, let's jump into my favorite plays for Wednesday. All right, first up, Xavier, money line at home against St. John's. Now, if you're paying attention to college hoops, you might be wondering why I would want to bet on a team that actually lost to St. John's by 15 points in their previous meeting back in December. Well, when you look at the home road splits, I think it's definitely going to be beneficial here for Xavier. St. John's has lost back-to-back on the road. I think we find this line also being very telling, for me at least. This game is a pick'em after the Xavier team lost by 15 to St. John's. I think that's telling us who we should be backing here. And these are two teams that are super, super similar. What they do really well is get on the offensive glass, get themselves some second chance points. Don't do a good job defensive rebounding wise, so you'll see those second chance points for both of these teams. And they both take very few threes. They attack the inside. That's how they're getting some of those second chance points as well. So both very, very similar from these aspects. Now, for Xavier, very good two-point defense, really good defending inside. Their two-point defense, 46.1% opponents are shooting. That is 43rd in the country. I'm looking at Abu Osman to be a big part here. He's a great rim protector, has a really high block rate this season. He's going to match up with Joel Soriano. Need him to have a productive game defensively for the Xavier team if they're going to pull this one out. St. John's, pretty good defending inside too. They're a good defense. For me, I'm giving the edge to the home team. I think the way this line is priced is super telling, and I'm going to go with what I think the books are thinking I should be going to when you consider what this matchup was like not too long ago. So give me the Musketeers here on the money line. Next up, speaking of teams that have struggled on the road, Penn State, the Nittany line's been brutal. I love Rutgers here, -6.5. Penn State has not won a single game on the road this year, and only one of their games on the road have they not lost by double digits. So they've been getting crushed. They're a team that's basically home merchants, as I would call it. The Scarlet Knights, though, for Rutgers, I love what they can do offensively. If it was later on, early tomorrow morning, and we get lines for team totals, I would love the Scarlet Knights team total in this matchup. Penn State's one of the worst defensive rebounding teams in college basketball. What are they, 312th in defensive rebounding? And they're horrible defending from two. 53.2% their opponents are shooting. That's brutal. And that's bread and butter here for Rutgers. They grab offensive boards, they attack the rim, they get to the free throw line. Those are 3 things that Penn State has struggled to do defensively all year. That shouldn't be a problem here for Rutgers at home as well. And defensively, Rutgers, like every season, an elite group. The struggle for them is the offense. Penn State will definitely help them get right there offensively. This is a Rutgers team that defensively, top 10 in adjusted efficiency from KenPom. So the one issue they've had this year, the one thing you can call out from their defense is defensive rebounding. But Penn State, not a team that is very aggressive on the offensive glass. So 248th in offensive rebound. So not a problem there. And then Penn State's shooting struggles from 3. Last year, this was a team super reliant on the 3. This year, they're shooting less than 31%, so they've attacked a little bit more inside, and that's not something you're going to do efficiently against Rutgers. Top 32-point defense, so I really like what Rutgers can do here. They dominate this game. I think they win this game by double digits, so I will take them as a 6.5-point fave. Now we move to some totals. I'm going to Arkansas and Missouri. I think we're getting a really discounted number here at 143.5. These are two teams that play at a pretty decent pace, both inside the top 150, so both in the upper half of the country in their offensive possession length, so should get some decent pace here running the floor. But defensively, I find both of them play into their opponent's biggest strengths. So for Mizzou, across the board have not been a great defense this year, that's for sure. But one thing they really struggle with is defending without fouling. They put opponents at the line a ton. 314th they rank there. And for Arkansas, nearly 25% of their points. This is a constant theme for this Arkansas and Muss team throughout the years. They get to the free throw line a ton. 25% of their points, that's 8th in the country they get at the free throw line. So that is a big factor here. And if you're getting to the free throw line a lot and you're getting into the bonus early, this is where we find ourselves, just racking up points late in each of these halves. And I think we'll do that here. For Mizzou, they're going to pull the trigger on a ton of threes. That's what they've been doing this season. If you remember them from making the tournament last season, that's what they did as well. And I think this line is low in this game for a couple of reasons. And one being Mizzou hasn't been great from three shooting wise. They're shooting 32.4%. So they're taking a lot of threes. They're not making a lot of threes. Arkansas should help them make some more threes in this game. Their opponents are shooting 34.2%, 216th defensively. So I think we're also going to find with these teams a little bit of boosted efficiency. A little bit of boosted efficiency, but we're also going to find some potential second chance points as well. Both teams have struggled rebounding wise defensively. So 143.5 is, I think, a little bit too low. I could see this thing getting up past 145. If it does, I think anything at 146 and below I would play, but love the over at 143.5. And finally, late night here, my system play. I'm going to Boise State, New Mexico, over 152.5. Again, the system, if you don't know about it in college hoops, but it's been crushing it for me, is a fast-paced team and a slow-paced team. We're taking the over. That's exactly what we have here. Boise State, super slow, 314th in the country in average possession length offensively. And for New Mexico, they're 13th in pace, so very, very fast. And New Mexico being the sizable favorite here. I think this is going to be, I think this is either 7.5 or 9. I think it's 9.5 favorite for New Mexico. Great team. You got to watch them if you haven't already. With Donovan Dent, Jalen House, JT Toppin, this team is awesome. I think they're the best team in the Mountain West. If you get a chance, definitely watch them tonight. But for this particular game, New Mexico being at home is great. You've got like I said, sorry, I was going back to, with Boise State being the dog and the slower paced team, you tend to have to see them speed up in this matchup too, which would help us with some points. New Mexico should be super efficient. They're money at home. They score a ton. 85 plus points in 4 of their last 5 home games. And Boise State is the perfect matchup for their offense. So New Mexico doesn't take much of any threes. A lot of these guards that are stars for them are guys that just attack the rim and score at will. One of the lowest volume three-point shooting teams in the country, to be honest with you. Boise State allowing opponents to shoot over 52% from 2. So they should be super efficient when they do attack the rim and get to the free throw line quite a bit too, because 207th in opponent free throw rate is Boise State. Now, for Boise State, the matchup with New Mexico does have a great defense, but the biggest problem they've had is keeping teams off the line as well. They're outside the top 250 here. So both these teams should get to the line. That's going to help us with these points. And when you look at the speed in which New Mexico plays and how efficient they should be offensively, like this over at 152.5 in this one in the Mountain West. Okay, those are 4 of my favorite plays for Wednesday in college hoops. Guys, if you enjoyed today's video, please do hit that like button. If you are new, hit that subscribe button. College basketball content coming to you multiple days a week, all the way up until the end of the NCAA tournament. Guys, again, if you're looking for more plays, we'll have more. Follow me on Twitter. That link will be down below. And we're also live here on YouTube and on Twitch every single day at noon, talking college basketball, NBA, NHL, you name it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.